Thor's gotta go, bro. And if you search your heart, you know it too. I think Chris Hemsworth. You guys saw like his IG story back in the day or whatever. It was like maybe a couple weeks back. So everybody was kind of like freaking out. But listen to me, Thor was absolutely phenomenal. Asterix. It wasn't a perfect run, but I appreciate Thor for what he was in the MCU. But I need him to grab his shit and get out of here, low key. And that goes for his little green friend and RDJ's Doom. I've had a complicated relationship with Thor, throughout his MCU run. In the Infinity Saga, it was weird where like his solo movies, ass. I'm being so for real. Like the first Thor, when it came out, I let it pass. But I'm telling you this right now, every time I'm rewatching the MCU, Thor 1's getting the skip. Thor 2, weirdly enough, developed from, being my least favorite Thor movie to now my favorite Thor movie. And I know it's always kind of like the Jason Tatum of the MCU, where it was just fun to shit on it just cause. Thor 2 is, my favorite Thor movie. And the reason that is because Taika is not funny to me. Straight up. Like, those movies are not funny to me. So Thor 3 is already out the window. And honestly, what also pisses me off about Thor 3 is because it marked, like, the end of Hulk, in my opinion. Like, Age of Ultron, another movie that people were shitting on for no reason, which actually might low-key be... It's my favorite Avengers movie. That's it. Like, I don't give a fuck. But Thor 3, in my opinion, marks, like, when Hulk and Thor were gone. Point of no return. Like, the moment Hulk started uttering words, I knew it was over. Literally, when Hulk takes that Quinjet at the end of Age of Ultron, to me, like, goodbye Hulk, hello, whoever the fuck, excuse me. Whoever the fuck we got from that point forward. And the same thing went for Thor. Like, I feel like because Thor 2 bombed, I think like when that happened, they decided to go for a full like narrative switch, like 180, whatever you want to call it. And then they went for Thor being more of a comedic character. And I guess honestly, on paper, I would have hated that idea. Their execution was decent. I still didn't like it. But I feel like Thor 3 only happened because Thor 2 was so poorly received. So low key, I blame y'all. The blood of Thor 4 is on y'all's hands. Cause this is it. Like, I feel like motherfuckers like to Eurostep. Like, why is Thor 3 good but Thor 4 is bad? I don't understand that. Like, I just don't like any of them. Like, to me, Taika movies, again, they're just not funny. But I still don't really understand how like everybody was on board with Thor 3, but like Thor 4 doesn't pass. Explain that. Explain that to me, bro. Yeah, no, I think Thor has had like terrible solo movies, but the craziest part is when he pulls up in the Avengers, he's like Prime Jordan. You know what I mean? Like it's always been mad confusing to me how I could have this dude whose solo movies are so garbage, but contribute so much to like what I appreciate about Avengers movies. That's always been a trip. And Hulk is kind of like, I mean, he's not really the same thing. I like the Incredible Hulk movie, but he didn't really get another movie other than that. But again, like, I liked him up until Age of Ultron. After Age of Ultron, Hulk gotta go. But I'm not even saying these things though because I feel like the characters are ass in the MCU. The reason I'm saying Thor's gotta go, Hulk's gotta go, and RDJ's gotta go is because we need to make space for the new guys. All right, we got all these old geezers that are taking up space, and it's hard. Like narratively speaking, it's hard to make room for. Ooh, excuse me. It's hard to make room for these new people coming in, like the Yelenas, the Sam Wilsons, the new age Spider-Man. It's hard to have that with these motherfuckers that like mean so much to the MCU that are still kind of just it's still kind of kicking it. You know what I mean? It's annoying. It's an obstacle. It's in the way. And honestly, that's why I feel like at the end of the what's the word I'm looking for? At the end of the Infinity Saga, why like what is it? Three of the starting six. Like that's why they all got knocked off. Is because like we kind of need them to go for us to really set the stage for the new crop of guys. And so it's kind of weird for like Hawkeye, Hulk, and Thor to stick around because it's just like anytime you're there, like you're just a constant reminder of the Infinity Saga. And we're trying to move forward, bro. Like we trying to get over there now. You know what I'm saying? But I like what they did with Hawkeye. Hawkeye's like literally passing on the baton or whatever to Kate Bishop. I think that's a dope way to use the characters. And I feel like you could do the same thing with Thor. Like just make him like make him turn into a hermit. Like he kind of gives up on Earth and he goes back to some remote planet. And you know, in some random movie, some new superhero needs some advice, and they randomly stumble across a Thor that's old and gray. You could do that. You could do that. But you know what I mean? Like I don't want a Thor 5. We don't want a Thor 5. We don't want him on the new Avengers team. Please do not have Sam Wilson put him on his Avengers team. Please do not have Yelena put him on her Avengers team. Like we do not need that, bro. Like I'm being so for real. And then this is the deep water right here. It's because of the same reason that I feel like casting RDJ as Doom was a mistake. Because you have this dude, right, who's like essentially the face of the MCU for like the first 10 years or so of it. You know what I mean? The issue is, right, is when you have this character that was essentially the biggest character in the franchise that's going to play such a major role, that's not the same character. I explained that terribly, but what I'm basically saying is RDJ playing Doctor Doom because he played Iron Man, which was such big of a role, means that they have to make it make sense, like narratively speaking. They have to address the fact that like you look the exact same as the Tony from our universe. You see what I'm saying? And the problem with that is either one or two things. Either they actually make it make sense in the movies, like, you know, alternate universe or whatever. But the problem with that then is like now Doctor Doom's existence in the MCU is intertwined with Iron Man. And I mean, from a story perspective, that's fine. My issue with that though is I feel like Doctor Doom has the chance to be such a, like, he is one of the greatest, even not, if not maybe even the biggest Marvel villain there is. Like, I want him to stand on his own 2 feet. Like, I want us to be able to appreciate him for what he is. The same way we appreciated Thanos. You know what I mean? Like how lame would it have been if Thanos was, like, I don't know, Peter Parker in another universe. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's stupid. Let Doctor Doom be Doctor Doom, completely independent of any of the characters we've already seen. You know what I'm saying? But then the only other alternative, though, is like they kind of just pretend like it's not the same guy. You know what I mean? And that's just weird. Like, you're just playing in my face, it feels like. And before everybody says this, right? Like, I know that we've had, you know, within the universe of the MCU, we've had recasts and they kind of have like a quick little joke about it and move on. I don't think it does not work in this circumstance. Like, no, you cannot just say, oh, you look like Iron Man and then move on. Like, that's not going to work. Like, we need to address the elephant in the room. Because there's an elephant in the room. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but yeah, like Thor's gotta go, Hulk's gotta go, and RDJ, I'm sorry. Like I understand it would be fun to play Doom, but yo, let somebody else get the mic. For real, like this is getting ridiculous.